Welcome to the League of Geeks, episode 367. This is Lil.
This Steve keeping it green.
You were so loud.
Am I loud? Am I loud or is it Steve loud?
I'm loud.
You were loud, excited at the same time. You're like, welcome to the League of Geeks. This is so loud.
Welcome to the League of Geeks.
Oh man, this is Sean. Yeah, I haven't this I don't go, how was y'all's week anymore? Like I don't lead off with that anymore. Ever since I came along.
We've changed. You've done that. You changed your intro. We've changed our format. We're doing it live. We're talking to people. So it's like, it's just it's all different. We're evolving.
Format of the show has changed.
We're evolving. We're
Like
having
Pokemon.
more fun.
Or devolving.
I don't think we're devolving. We're just having some fun.
We're transforming into Autobots. Transform and roll out.
That is true.
What's up, man?
What's up? Glad you were able to join us.
So as far as like how our weeks went,
well, that's what I'm gonna ask. How was your week?
I just wanted to bring this up right off the top. I went back to the theater this week.
And you went back to the Rogues Gallery. So did I.
It was so fucking painful.
I don't like sitting next to people anymore.
There were several infractions today. Several. Don't bring your fucking 3-year-old to the theater. All right, don't do it.
Well,
especially
Brian,
when they're like, "Is that
What
a
up,
ghost?
James?
Is that real? Is that a ghost? What is that? Is that for the first movie?" You're like, "Oh my god, shut the fuck up!" And as a parent, like, shush your kid. Come on. And then, like, I could let that go. Little kids, they're gonna be what they're gonna be. It's fine. It is what it is. But the older,
it's not acceptable. I'm giving fuck.
Listen, I agree. My kids have excellent.
I've taught my kids
So,
pretty
my kids
well.
were quiet the entire time, except when they chuckled for laughs. But there was this group of 3 adults that sat right in front of me, 2 ladies and this dude, and they were older. So in the beginning of the movie, when we're not going to talk about Ghostbusters yet, but like in the beginning of the movie, they're like driving across the country and they're like playing a song. The woman in front of me starts dancing in her seat to the song, just hands in the air, fucking. I'm just like, what the fuck? This is not your private viewing. Like, there's other people. And then there's one part in the movie where Paul Rudd says the word liable. She goes, he's like liable, and then the girl in front of me, she goes liable, liable.
Well, Archangel,
who is that for? Who the fuck is that for?
But I want to go back to this comment because Archangel thinks he's watching an Abercrombie commercial, and I agree.
It's just a flannel. Sean looks sexy as always.
I'm sexy now. And then
what?
What's
going on? What the fuck is happening?
People are telling us we're sexy, Sean.
Well, Sean's just used to hearing it.
This, now that I've lost a person and a half, we've become the sexiest podcast in the world.
I'll take it.
It's not.
I don't know, Dazaz, if it's okay.
We are the league
kids, but
we are the league of sexy geeks.
That's maybe in the dark of the theater, you can get away with it. But there was a lot of
throws a popcorn at him or something.
And the lady in front of me was coughing. She was coughing this little dry hat cough the whole fucking movie and not covering her mouth. I was like, I felt the itch. I'm like, I could punch her right in the back of the head. It'd be so easy. Just cut it out. Goddamn.
I like that Nightcrawler avatar you have, but did you see the new Nightcrawler from Sideshow?
That's a nice Nightcrawler. I know you're getting that in a heartbeat.
I'm getting that. I've been wanting Nightcrawler for a while. Nightcrawler and Beast is what's on my list. But anyway.
Nocturne, he didn't go to sleep yet? Sorry, man. Don't stay up too late.
You should not be listening to us right now.
What's up, Brian?
What's up, Brian? Well, Steve, I'm sorry that you had to deal with rogues after going back to the theater.
But was it worth it, Steve? It was worth it at the end of the day, wasn't it?
I think it was worth it. There was a lull in the middle, and there was just too much shit going on. Like you find yourself focusing on the people around you and not the movie. I don't like that. So I'm gonna have to pick my movie times a little better.
Well, that's what Ryan said. That's why he doesn't want to go back to the theaters. I picked my movie times well. Like I found, good seats. It was quiet.
I went to a 10 a.m. movie and it was packed.
12:45, packed.
7 p.m. not packed. Don't know why.
I'm surprised.
I am surprised. Not that packed. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they brought a whole there was like a group, like a special needs group that came into my theater. I was like worried. I was like, oh no, what if they're like the vocal ones? Not a peep. Just the regular abled motherfuckers being assholes. Bunch of assholes. I'm like, learn a lesson.
An actor wants to know what we saw. We saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. We all saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. We're going to do a review of Ghostbusters Afterlife after our show. We're going to do a show. We're going to cut. We're going to start a new stream through YouTube and Facebook. Same thing. And we're going to just do Ghostbusters. We don't want to spoil it for everyone who hasn't been able to see it yet. But we do want to talk about it because it does hit some huge nostalgic feels.
I got some shows that I want to talk about this week. Wait, hold on. Rachel's chiming in.
See, his wife's calling him a baby.
He's a baby.
It's the baby.
Well, listen, it's fine.
Oops. So anyway, the season finale of Dope Sick came on. It was great. Great season. Give it a hero. Great season. Michael Keaton was amazing. All the Rosario Dawson was great. What's the Skarsgård? God, I always forget his name.
Peter, Stellan, Bill, which one?
Peter. I think it was Peter, maybe? Is that the one that played in Green Lantern? Which one?
Yeah, that's Peter.
Yeah, great job. Did a great job.
Archangel said you on that podcast with him at Collective Minds.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Nice. Appreciate you. Thanks for chiming in, man. Also made me cry. Yo, dog.
There was a moment.
In my sport, there's a moment. there's
a couple actually.
There's a lot of
moments. I
ain't gonna hold you, dog. Like I had a lot.
I'm gonna tell you, like, I left the theater and I looked at Jenny and I'm like, like we've watched a lot of movies and a lot of movies, especially lately. You go back to Force Awakens and things like that, where there was like all these nostalgic moments. This one, I think, hit me harder than all of them.
It hit me hard as shit, dog. It was like
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It's just crazy.
There was moments when oh, you know what? Fuck it. We'll talk about it. Anyway, we'll
talk about it in the review.
I did not watch Hit Monkey. Although I'm pretty sure you watched Hit Monkey.
I didn't. The only thing I watched this week was a busy week for me, although it was the greatest week ever because the Spider-Man trailer came out and I got my Spider-Man sideshow behind me. So it was a great Spider-Man week for me.
Right.
But the only thing I watched this week was the first episode of Cowboy Bebop.
Okay. I haven't even really.
So have you guys gotten to see that yet?
I haven't dipped into it yet. I watched like the first couple of minutes, but then I was like, I'll come back around to it.
You know what, man? Like, it's really good. Like I never watched the
cartoon though.
I never watched the cartoon.
You should probably watch
the music and everything. Like, you know what? I figured I'm gonna watch the cartoon after I watch the show because I don't want the cartoon because I know the cartoon you could do a lot more in animation than I'm pretty sure you can do in live action. So I don't want it to like.
Yeah, there's definitely hits and misses, but it's okay. It didn't. The first what I watched so far wasn't bad. Yeah, so I did watch that a little. Did you guys watch Arcane League of Legends yet?
No, that's well, dude. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I told you.
Fucking hero, done the season, fucking amazing. One of the best cartoons I have ever seen. Literally, this year, 2020, 2021, best cartoon, animated, whatever the hell it is. Amazing hero. I can't wait till season 2 got picked up for season 2. I cannot wait. Phenomenal. Highly recommended. If you have not
watched, I gotta check it out.
Yo, it's the one. I think the animation is. I mean, it's getting really high on my level of cartoons. Like one of the best shits I've ever seen. Best things I've
James, am I late and wrong again? Is that what we're going at here? Because I was
late and
wrong.
Steve's late and wrong too.
I'm in the Lil's camp this week.
I can't. I don't understand why y'all haven't watched one episode yet.
I don't even know what I'm trying to think back to what I watched this week. I had a really busy week as well. Heavy workload this week, but I watched some Yellowstone this week. That show's cool.
Is it
Sean, it's Kevin Costner.
Costner. I was gonna say,
It is the Cos. It is the Cos. Cos doesn't go wrong.
Sean, and it's badass.
IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Yellowstone's essentially like a Western mafia story. It's really good.
Dude, did all this stuff drop this week? Did Tiger King 2 drop already?
Yeah,
I watched Tiger
Hit Monkey drop. You watched Tiger King 2?
I did watch Tiger King 2.
Is it as good?
All of it?
Yeah.
That's why, because I heard they were going after Carol Baskin's, like her, what happened with her husband, whatever, and I'm like, yeah, but like they don't know what happened in real life yet, so like, what's the show gonna be about?
I guess Tiger King's gonna be free. I don't get it. I can care less about these dysfunctional motherfuckers. I could care less.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this season
it's not gonna be as popular as
gripping. Yeah, it's like the first season was like, I think we were all like shocked, like people own fucking tigers. Like this is a legit thing that you can just go and buy a tiger. Like all that.
The tigers were like the easiest part to understand about that whole show.
It's true. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm excited for this. There's too much to catch up on now that Hit Monkey's out, which is on Hulu. I guess somebody asked, what's that streaming on? That is streaming on Hulu. I'll have to definitely check that out. I do want to check out Arcane because they released like 4 more episodes, right, Sean? Like, is it 8 episodes now?
Arcane is 9 episodes.
9 episodes. So, like I was gonna turn that on, and then I looked because I thought it was only 4, and then I saw like 9, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to watch all this right now. So that's why I went. That's why I went to Cowboy Bebop. Because I was like, I'll just watch episode 1 on that. Check that.
That Wheel of Time dropped 3 episodes this week. I want to see that.
Wheel of Time was good. Watch Wheel of Time.
Did you watch all 3?
Yeah.
Fuck, you got a lot of fucking time on your hands, man.
Just watch TV, man, while I'm working, man. It's easy. Whistle while I work, man.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I liked it.
Loving your beer, Steve.
It's getting
Hello,
you
white.
Doctor, I know my son wants to watch.
You cannot watch Arcane with the kids because there's sexy time.
Is there?
Yes.
Is it like how rated what?
Is it PG-13 sexy time?
Yeah, like is it PG-13 sexy time, rated R sexy time?
Seeing it going in and out.
Oh, there's definitely some naked. There's some naked shots. There's some. Hello, yeah. It gets.
No, you don't see close-ups.
Not close up. Not you know.
Well, that's what he was asking.
Yeah. There's some sexy time. There's some.
Johnny Williams. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check, triple check, but I'm pretty sure Johnny Williams is the cat that sporting a League of Geeks shirt this week. Picked one up.
Oh,
good on him, man. Looks good.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that. Simbro says Foundation's garbage.
You know what's garbage? Right. Foundation is garbage. It's hot garbage. Invasion took it up a little bit. Last week was good. This week was
But Nocturne, is it okay for a 10-year-old? That's the sexy time is artfully done, but I don't need to see my 10-year-old.
I don't think any sexy time is okay.
It's hilarious. So we're cleaning out a closet, and my wife
artfully done.
my wife will not be happy I'm telling the story, but whatever, I don't care. So my wife has a billion candles. Like there's candles everywhere. We're just trying to get rid of candles and stuff. And like, I'm like, can we get rid of this? This is like old candles, like from when we first got married. There was a box of little candles, and she had little from her sister's bachelorette party, little penis candles. So I'm like, hey, Alex, look at this. And it was a little purple penis candle. And he freaked out. He's like, oh my God, why would you own this? Who owns this? It was pretty hilarious. And I told them, because we do for Christmas at Jenny's family's house, like a little like trivia grab bag. So everybody brings like a small little gift to put in there to win like a trivia thing. And I'm wrapping it to put it in the trivia grab bag. So I'm hoping somebody pulls a penis candle out at Jenny's family's party. And yep. That's me. So there you go. Penis candle. There's my story.
All right. What made you think of that?
I don't know. Sexy time. We're talking about artful sexy time. And
how did that even pop into your head? Oh boy.
Purple penis. So There you go. It's artful. So,
Invasion
Invasion
is
slow.
very slow.
The only sexy time in his house is Thanksgiving. Yearly spin the bottle game.
With
That's-
family? Ooh.
That's a
Ooh.
crazy sexy time there.
Get the family together. Come on, kids, spin the bottle. Like a little boy.
I have not watched that Blade Runner thing yet, and I was kind of like, I wasn't really jumping at it, to be honest.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not too excited for the Blade Runner thing yet. I'm gonna wait. Steve, how'd you like GB3?
What is
Wait for the review.
Oh, Ghostbusters.
Oh, Ghostbusters 3. Yeah, we're gonna do a review of Ghostbusters at the end of the show. So we'll definitely.
Spoiler alert! I'm pretty sure we all.
Kenneth, right when we show up, we're all talking about dicks. Oh, that is true.
I mean, are you surprised, Kenneth? Come on.
I prefer to go to the old stuff. Well, you can hear us talk about that on Wednesdays.
Yeah, Sean and I talk a lot about comics on Wednesdays. Steve doesn't read any comics.
Nope.
You know what? The direction of some comics, I'm okay with because I like because they are going into some of the old stuff. I think I read a few of the X-Men books. The X-Men Adventures
X-Men 92 a little. That's what I meant to tell you the other day. X-Men 92. You were talking about X-Men Legends.
Right.
X-Men 92.
But the X-Men Legends are the ones that are hot right now.
Yeah. X-Men 92 was good too, though.
Yeah, it is. So Blade Runner 2049, why watch anything Blade Runner after Blade Runner? I agree. I mean,
that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, that movie hurt me.
That
movie was so
nope
long.
On the comic. Yes, we did watch The Harder They Fall. We reviewed it live a couple weeks ago. I have a review waiting to be out on the podcast, but
you didn't release it.
I didn't release the review on the podcast because I don't have an intro. Steve.
No, I actually got the audio for Ghostbusters and Harder They Fall. I just got to drop them into Fruity Loops and add the intro music, and I'll send them to you tonight after we're done recording.
He enjoyed the lady. I enjoyed the last Ghostbusters movie as well. I think we all liked that last one with the
I think we gave it like a high sidekick or something like that.
I thought it was a good one as well.
Did you say Aquafina?
All the female.
Oh, I thought you said Aquafina. I was like, that wasn't.
No, not Aquafina. I think Archangel. I think the new Ghostbusters movie forgets even part 2 happened. That's what it feels like to me. But
it does feel like that.
Yeah, it feels like, but just like Halloween did. Halloween forgot every other sequel except for Halloween. And this one feels like it forgot. There was no Vigo the Carpathian because that's But
Jason said he's smoking Blue Dream, White Widow. So
man, so now we're having a smoking discussion. Shang-Chi is still a hero. Of course it is. Shang-Chi will always be a hero.
Shang-Chi gets a hero because that last fucking battle scene with a fucking dragon.
You know what's funny is people are blowing that scene up. They're like, this is the problem with the movie. It's just this big bombastic CGI fucking nonsense at the end. I was like, what are you talking about? That's exactly what I want out of these movies. I want big and bombastic and larger than life. There was a fucking dragon and demons. It was awesome.
I must have missed that part, James, about the part 2, but we won't. I'm not gonna. Okay. You're right. They were from. I totally forgot about the occult.
Wait till the end of the goddamn show.
We're gonna
have to redirect you guys. We're not doing it. We're not doing it right
now. What else?
I didn't really watch anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I did watch. I'm gonna jump in a little Sports Geeks. I was pleasantly surprised.
I was cheering Steve on, texting Steve, watching the Niners. I was like, man, Deebo Samuel's on my fantasy team. And I'm asking Steve basic questions because I don't have ESPN, so I'm watching it on the app, but then I was
watching on the app too, yeah.
But I was doing stuff around the house too, so I wasn't focused on the game. And Elijah Mitchell was out, and I'm like, well, why isn't he getting all these carries? Where's Jeff Wilson? And Steve's like, what do you want me to do? Fucking call the coach? And I'm like, dude, Steve, I didn't watch the beginning of the game. I just thought maybe he got hurt. I don't know.
Actually, he did.
And he broke his damn finger.
Yeah.
And he's out this week.
Yeah.
So
that's right. It's
and I don't have Jeff Wilson, so I'm like, Deebo better be popping.
He's gonna ball out. It was just I loved all the memes of fucking all this LA, and it's like Matthew Stafford, Von Miller, Odell Beckham Jr., Aaron Donald, and you still get whooped. It's like, oh,
That's
it was
right.
awesome. I had a great time. It was amazing.
Joshua wants to know if I would be disappointed if there isn't Toby and Andrew in No Way Home.
I want to
they
wait
have Daredevil in it.
because I didn't get to talk about the
Yeah.
trailer with you guys yet, and I'm pretty sure we're going to watch it again on this
We
show.
are. We're going to watch the trailer again. We're going to talk
yes.
about the trailer again.
I didn't get to put in my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Steve was working hard. Steve was working hard for that money.
Gotta make that money.
Working hard for the money.
That's exactly. It popped in my head. I was about to do that.
Hard for the money. I didn't ask you. I didn't ask wrong.
I don't have any teas.
Alil's doing his milkshake.
I can't. It's flat. But yeah. So also, what happened this week, which also made my week, was the Bulls beat the Lakers.
Ooh.
Beat the shit out of the Lakers. Yeah.
Carlos is a Niners fan, so
Nocturne says the NBA is crazy. NBA is crazy. I mean, nothing's making sense this season. I mean, the fact that the Cavaliers are over 500 still blows my mind. Stafford looked like he was back on the Lions. That is definitely true. Do we think the Spider-Verse is creative or lazy writing?
Like what do you mean? Like
in the comics or the movie?
I'm sure he's talking about comics.
I would assume it's talking about comics.
I don't think it's lazy writing. I think it's fun,
good, man. I think they introduced a lot of new characters in the Spider-Verse, and I think it's great.
What do you think about like the Gwen-verse, Alil, where it's like there's a fucking Wolverine Gwen and a Captain America Gwen, and
that's jumping the shark. That's jumping.
That's there's a lot.
That's
definitely Gwen. I didn't realize Gwen Stacy was such a.
Well, she's gotten pretty popular.
Yeah, she's like the Harley Quinn.
Oh, she's the Harley Quinn of Marvel.
Yes.
Well, when they do the Gwenum, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's too much. I think that's too much. I think Spider-Verse is different variations of Spider-Man is great. I love that, but I think when you start getting into different versions of Gwen and Miles and fucking this and that, like it gets too much. That's too much.
It's cool for like one-off stories, you know.
I do not keep up with college football.
I haven't watched a college football game in almost 20 years.
It's just too tough to keep up with the games, man. And Saturdays is a bad day for me to try to watch football. Especially if I have Sundays to watch football. So he means for the movie bringing back old characters. I don't think it's lazy writing. I think it's actually
not at all.
I think it's pretty creative and pretty ballsy that they would actually attempt that and try to tie it all in. I really
it makes everything old relevant and new again. So
Joshua, which comments? Tom Holland said a lot of shit this week about this being the end of the trilogy, about him not wanting to be Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, he's talking about.
Has to do his. He has to share his.
I gotta show my statue. Okay, I'm gonna show my statue first before
a little, and we'll get in the news. But let's let Lil talk about his Grail piece.
I don't got shit for the toy box, so.
Neither do I, Steve.
I haven't gotten anything in a long time.
Oh god!
But you know what? I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it in the movie review.
Look at this thing, guys. I mean, this thing is
beautiful.
This thing,
it's really nice.
It's so. I mean, it comes with a bunch of like tendril symbiote pieces around it that are magnetic.
Is that heavy enough just to hold like that? Like, is that like will it not tip over or anything?
It's not going to tip over, but like
because he sinks into the top, right?
Yeah, he's a separate piece into the top.
Good.
So like he comes up. I mean, I wish it was a little deeper. You know, just because of my own.
Yeah, it don't look too deep.
Fear, but it's also magnetic. That big piece. It's a big ass magnet, so it holds it pretty well. These little pieces come off.
That face sculpt is awesome. I love the eyes on it.
Yeah, I mean, and the eyes they bulge out. They're not like lined up. They actually bulge out, and like the fact that they added veins all over, you have this white shimmer over it. You know, and so I'm like. I'm going to get these spotlights for it to really kind of have it pop, these LED spotlights. Because I just love this thing. Like
That's great. That thing's great. Right next to your other piece too.
Yeah, it works. It works having
They're
both
to scale
these.
too, right? I mean, like
Yeah, they're both the same scale. It's just one's at a the different bases because he looks a little shorter because he's at a different base. He's on a giant tall tower.
But the other Spider-Man, it might be a shorter statue in height, but like you see more of his body kind of extended out, and he's kind of in that crouch position. So
Yeah,
it's a really cool juxtaposition between the two.
yes, I'm handling my statues with no gloves, and yes, Jason, I love bulging veins. So we'll just keep going. I'm gonna put it back up.
Yeah, I have a full screen, so I don't see all those comments.
So, Alil, the question is.
Yeah, I'm getting more quarter scale.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Okay, Steve. Of course he is.
I mean, I want more. It's just going to take me a lot longer, but
I'm probably gonna get that Captain America. So that might be my next one.
No X-Men though. You're not gonna go X-Men.
You know what? I don't know because there's so many X-Men. It seems like it's just too much to dip in. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm starting to sell some more stuff, so we'll see. Because then there might be because I do think Wolverine's coming. I want the Wolverine that you have.
Right.
I do think that's the one I'm gonna get.
Cyclops and the Jean Grey.
But exactly. That's because you're right. And then I'm gonna.
You need the core. You always need the main core. Like if
like
you don't
the main
get
five.
Core,
I know.
yeah, I don't need to go farther than the people you know by name. I don't need to start going with fucking Banshee and this. I don't need to do all that. I'm fine.
Toby ruins everything. Toby doesn't ruin anything. I love Toby. Toby's my guy.
You watch Finch yet, Olo?
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Oh, you watch? Who is it? One of us
Sean didn't watch it.
Sean didn't watch Finch. Sean, you watch Finch yet?
Nope.
James, it is heavy.
Ah, prick.
Thank you, Nocturne, for watching the unboxing. It is.
Why gotta be a prick though?
Because it's great. You would love it.
So. Right. Just like I tell you, fucking watch Arcane, and you would love it, but you haven't watched it yet. But
I don't have all the time that you do.
Yeah, but clearly you watch fucking Yellowstone, and we didn't even talk about Yellowstone.
I give a fuck about Yellowstone.
Yeah, but see, you know what, Steve? You know what? I need to iron out my shit with you right now because you know what? If you recommend me to watch something, I'm on it. I'm like, yo, Sean's hyping this shit up. And you know when I hype something up, you know I mean well. I've hyped Arcane up for like at least 2 weeks. Steve, you gotta watch this Arcane. Week. I don't care about this other dude in the corner because I know how this dude gets down. But when it comes to you and me, and when you recommend something and I recommend something, we on it.
I know. I'm gonna get on Arcane.
You see what's happening here is
there you go, Sean. James, late and wrong on Finch. See, so you're late and wrong.
You're right. I am late and wrong. I'm late and wrong. You know what's funny? I started Finch and I didn't continue it. Yeah, I started watching something else, and I was like, you know what? I find this interesting more than Finch did at the time.
What? You didn't give Finch enough time to breathe.
I didn't get enough time. I get enough time.
A salt and pepper battle.
No, but Sean's right. I should be more watching as much as I can of the shit that Sean says. I'm struggling right now to remember what all I watched during the week. It was just my work schedule this week was bonkers.
No, it was it is. It's just the artwork of it. I just want you to be excited for the artwork.
I watched another trailer. I was just scrolling through videos the other day on Facebook, and I saw the trailer come up, and I was like, God damn, it looks so good.
Oh my god! Dude.
So I'm gonna get there.
Jason Simber wants to know if the Black Panther 2 shutdown is more than just Shuri's injury. If they're reworking
script. I think they need to recast fucking Black Panther.
Well, there's rumors that M'Baku is actually going to be the Black Panther.
Ugh, that sounds terrible.
a
So
little big, too big for Black Panther. I think big dude.
But I like him. I like the actor, and I like
sure, but I liked him as a side character, not as our main.
I agree. Listen, they can't keep doing listen, just recast the goddamn character. It's not hard. act like it's like okay, man, I get it, I understand, but still, the shit gotta go. Let's go.
With a great beard comes great responsibility. And then somebody else said they recommended Teeth, and me and a little reviewed Teeth for 31 Days a couple years ago.
We did.
I don't want to revisit that. I'm okay.
Yo,
with
you know what I want to see is coming on Netflix? Elves. See a trailer for that?
that looks awesome, but you got to read it or watch it. Oh, I guess you could watch it dubbed.
I'll watch it. I want to watch it because I'm curious to see what the monsters look like, little elves look like.
That does look cool. It looks creepy as shit. Cool.
Yeah,
It'd be
it does
cool
look
for like a Christmas, like scary Christmas thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Carlos wants Denzel's son. We did talk about him being the new Black Panther. So, or Simbro says bring Killmonger back. I don't think Michael B. Jordan wants to be long term in any universe because he's trying to do everything.
Yeah, I think as a respect, I don't think he would do it anyway.
True.
You know. What else, man? What
His
else?
Dark Material.
Yo, his Dark Material is awesome.
I think I watched the first season, but I didn't go back after that.
Yo, Steve, remember when I told you the witches? Yo. Oh my god. The witch scene was phenomenal. I was like, oh shit. The witches did some shit. I was like, oh, that was dope. Like they did some like Nightcrawler poof shit. Goo, goo, goo.
They did some fucking bamfing.
Yo, they bamfed the shit out of these motherfuckers. That shit was dope as hell. I love. Yo, there's this one moment where this witch, she was like trying to get to one of hers. Yo, she put the Superman speed of light on. She was like, and you seen it the whole time, and you seen the face, her face, went back to her face, and the speed. See, you just seen the speed force just going. And she was trying to get there, but she ain't making it. Yo, that shit was dope. His Dark Material, you gotta watch it.
That's just 2 seasons, right?
2 seasons, yeah. You gotta stick with it though. I watch too much shit. I got problems.
You do watch a lot.
Oh, Discovery came back on too. Awesome.
We all want Terrifier 2, Jason. We all want Terrifier 2.
Well, I didn't watch Terrifier, so I'm good.
Sean. Late and wrong. That movie's awesome.
No, because it's horror to me. And, y'all know how I get down with horror.
They do shit in Terrifier that A, you've never seen before, and B, you cannot unsee.
I don't know. I can't unsee Blown Tomahawk. That's
Terrifier. Terrifier made me fucking make sure nobody was watching me watch the movie. I was like, oh, I hope nobody walks in right now because
dude, I'm not drinking.
Archangel. Explaining to do.
Bone Tomahawk.
And Sean doesn't drink. We're not drunk here.
No,
I'm tired. I'm tired though.
I'm drinking.
I tricked Jason to watch Terrifier. Sorry, man. Sorry. Nocturne loves Discovery. He said he watched it today. So Sean, there you go. You got somebody to watch Discovery. I don't think I'll ever watch it.
I don't think so either.
Like I said, Star Trek has never been my thing. So maybe one day, but not my thing.
No.
All right. So Steve, what did you think of the trailer, Steve? Were you disappointed in the trailer because you didn't get to watch it with Sean and I, and we really did feel bad.
We're talking about the Spider-Man from Home trailer a little because you didn't really say it. You just said
okay. So Spider-Man No Way Home.
Kind of caught me off guard a little bit.
Just caught him off guard. Spider-Man No Way Home. So Steve, I want to get your opinion on it. We could watch it again if we need to, or if we could just
I mean I don't think we need to.
Probably 40 times.
I saw it today in the theater.
I saw it in the theater last night, and I was so just like loving it in the theater. Just
you know what? It didn't have the same effect on me like that.
I thought the trailer was great. I'm glad that we got to see, the full Green Goblin suit. The more Doc Ock we got was really nice. You got to see the Lizard, Electro with his electrified kind of face mask thing was awesome. Sandman in there. I thought it was really, really good. The part that I didn't like the first time, and I still don't like, is this whole Scooby-Doo this crap.
I don't like that shit either.
What is that? That's just terribly written, terribly delivered. Like, it's just a bad, cringe kind of line. I don't know why that would be a selling point in the trailer.
I agree.
But I mean, whatever. That's neither here nor there. I do think that we talked about it a lot. I think that Marvel has a way of editing their trailers and disguising things and putting things that aren't in the movie in there and taking things that are in the movie out. So you can't kind of take everything that you see in these trailers as gospel, because it very well may be different in the movie. And I mean, you're talking 5 minutes after the trailer was released, people in Venezuela were like, hey, check out our fucking trailer.
We got a different trailer.
Yeah, that had fucking Lizard getting punched by the sky. And it made a lot of sense when you see one Spider-Man jumping at 3 villains and it's all lined up. And that scaffolding shit that they're on, that's all those fucking leaked images, is all on that scaffolding shit.
Multiple times. The first Garfield image was on the scaffolding. The first, that one from, was it John Campea? That's on the scaffolding.
Yeah.
Archangel says Doc Ock has Stark Tech. I actually think Doc Ock has Peter's Iron Spider tech. I think Peter was able to the nanotech. Right. Well, I mean, but he was able to use the nanotech in that one scene to get him to get the arms off of him, to actually control the arm.
Well, I loved one of the lines.
That's
I loved
why
was when he pinned him up and he's like, "You're not Peter Parker." I was like, "Well, Toby has to be in this then. Like, you can't fucking play that game. Like, what are we doing?" I found the one shot of Green Goblin kind of flying, throwing all those pumpkin bombs at the screen a little different, because that glider looked a lot like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 glider versus the Spider-Man glider from 2002. But I don't think that Dane DeHaan's back. I think that that's just like a different, he's probably changed his outfit. It's definitely going to be Willem
What would you think if it was Ned?
That man on that glider was too skinny to be Ned, so it's not Ned.
Ned lost a lot of weight.
Ned lost a lot of weight.
Not in the trailer. He didn't. He lost a lot of weight now, but he's a big boy in his trailer.
Well, but they could have padded him up.
Yeah, he definitely has a hairpiece on too.
Yeah, because he's bald.
Yeah.
I mean, he shaves his head. I mean,
I saw a cool thing today that was like, the opening shot of Spider-Man when he's like in the rain and he's fucking covered in blood and he's like crying and shit. And it's like, what if this scene happens right after? Because Ned and MJ both fall off that scaffolding. We don't see Ned fall, but it looks like he's dangling from a pipe, and he doesn't look like he has a lot of upper body strength. So, and it's like, what if Peter saved MJ instead of Ned? And that's why he's like, I can't save everybody kind of thing. And that's why he's all fucked up.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Ned dies. I think Ned dies, or Ned's death leads
to him becoming the
Hobgoblin. That's where I'm going to go. Or that's a Ned from an alternate universe coming through, as we see Doctor Strange saying more coming through.
I heard another.
And that's Ned as Hobgoblin.
Speculation that the purple kind of time shit that's going around in the sky around the Statue of Liberty is essentially the Sonyverse. Like that's them coming through. And I think that Doctor Strange is talking about, they're coming through. I can't stop them. Is he talking about the villains? Or is he talking about
Amy Pascal? I can't fucking stop Amy Pascal.
Via Rod and Amy Pascal.
Fuck you, Via Rod. Fuck you.
Yeah. So no, the trailer was good. It was great. It was a great trailer, hands down. But I just think that there's a lot more to unpack here, and I'm kind of glad that we're going into it, not knowing everything. But if Toby and Andrew aren't in it, I will be disappointed.
They're in it.
I will be let down.
There's no way they're not at this point. There's no way. I mean, I think the only one that I could say that there's a shot is that we don't get Daredevil in this, or we get Daredevil in an end credits teaser stinger. That would be it. Not.
I don't even care as long as we get Matt Murdock. I'm cool with Daredevil.
That's what I'm saying. Matt Murdock or Daredevil. That would be it. I think.
But what a perfect way! What a perfect way for him to be introduced. Spider-Man is in legal trouble.
Well, he's definitely in New York. He's definitely in the movie, right? Like, I think he has been cast. Like, he was in the movie.
Well, he's not on anything. It's still. Sure?
Yeah, but they're like, you see him all palling around in fucking New York and LA and shit. Fucking Andrew Garfield and Charlie
Tom
Cox
Holland were hanging out. They were all on the plane together.
I think
I know they're all going to be in it. I'm just saying.
It's like the worst kept secret, but it's, at the same time, like I still have that little part of me that's like, they just might not be in this motherfucker. And that will be disappointing to me. It really will be. Like, you bring in these villains from these other two franchises, and for me personally, like, as much as I like Tom Holland and what he's done in Spider-Man, I think him as Peter Parker is only as good as it is because he was with the other Avengers. I don't think that his standalone Spider-Man movies were like the end all be all of Spider-Man movies. You know, they're good, but like, I think him being an Endgame and being in that final battle with Thanos and shit, it's like, that's where you're like, oh man, this Peter Parker's, got a leg up on everybody else. But personally, like for me, I mean, I love Andrew Garfield in the role. Amazing Spider-Man 2, didn't like the movie. Andrew Garfield was not the problem with that movie. He did great. And that Gwen Stacy scene at the end, like you said, one of the best Spider-Man scenes.
It is one of the best
there
Spider-Man
is.
scenes. Yeah. But Toby's my Spidey. So
of course, just like he is for many people. So it's just one of those things. Here's the thing: you want to get the movie to be a hero for me? Fucking all three Spider-Mans are in it, and the end credit song is fucking Nickelback.
A hero song to save us. I'm not gonna stand here to wait.
I love that song.
It's so good. It's so good. I don't know why it's so good.
People hate Nickelback too, but I don't mind Nickelback.
But that was just
no. I hate Nickelback. I just like that song.
So. Oh, well, I actually like Nickelback. I'm sorry.
that was just Chad Kroger.
I like Panic at the Disco too, Steve. Also, I like who's the new song? They sing the Arcane theme song. Imagine Dragons.
I like Imagine Dragons. I have no problem with them.
Whew.
I like them.
Sorry, Steve.
We have different musical tastes. It's fine.
Of course we do.
We've been through this before.
We have.
We all like Backstreet Boys, though.
That is true.
Have that on video.
You know what? I sang the song because I was with y'all, but in my private life, I don't give a shit about Backstreet Boys.
You're a damn liar. We fucking know it. We know it. Go get Zoe. She's gonna tell us about your posters and shit in your.
You might not have them on your playlist, but when the songs come on, you sing along just like we all do.
I mean, we was all raised in the MTV TLR world, back in the day. So I watched them. I'm a sucker for music videos.
Well, I mean, we got a lot of comments talking about how Andrew Garfield was the best quippy Spider-Man. I think that's still true. Tom Holland's really good. It's one of those things where like the emotion that went through those two Andrew Garfield movies, like that boy was hurt. Like he was put in a bad way in both of those movies, and
agree.
He just played it really well, and I liked his physique. Like Tom Holland's kind of like an average physique. Same with Tobey Maguire. They're kind of like, they're not lanky, they're not buff, they're just kind of average right in there. They're really cut and all that, but Andrew Garfield had that really lanky.
We are not Hanson fans. At least I'm not. I don't know about Steve. Steve was younger at that point.
I mean, Bop.
I never listened to that fucking song. That song was not my.
Give it up, bop, bop, bop,
Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right. I did not know that was coming.
What else about the Spider-Man trailer?
Hanson.
I'm wondering. There's another angle that the trailer angle that the trailer showed that we hadn't talked about yet. It looks as though Doctor Strange is saying that all the villains that are coming through are people that have been killed while fighting Spider-Man, which is weird because Lizard was Lizard killed?
No, he was in jail.
So, and Sandman definitely wasn't.
No, but the thing is, again, we don't know at what point of their life they're coming through. They could have been killed, and we know that Jamie Foxx looks different. So I don't know if there are upgrades that we know.
I don't know if I don't even remember. Did Jamie Foxx?
We don't know if he died.
He kind of just like poof,
evaporated. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But he's electricity. So again, that's the other thing
coming through.
But what I'm
is coming through.
Well, I think Kingpin's already here.
Well, Kingpin's definitely going to be in the fucking Hawkeye show.
I mean, after that tweet, I don't know if you guys saw. I retweeted. D'Onofrio tweeted it, and I captioned it. I'm like, I see you now, Kingpin, because he tweeted something about like the Hawkeye show, and I'm like, you Because in the comics, in that Mad Fraction series,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kingpin plays a role. So,
And this Hawkeye series is taking place in New York, so
That's next week, isn't it?
yeah,
first episode is.
First two.
The first two. Nice. We're gonna have to drop a review on that. But in the trailer, it looks as though Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, is like he wants to find a way to save them. You know, he's like
but that's what
kinda
Spider-Man
siding
does, though.
with the. Well, that's what this Spider-Man does.
No, that's what Spider-Man in the comics would have done too.
Right, but what I'm saying, that was a kind of an angle I didn't expect to have, is that Tom is going to be, while fighting these villains, also trying to save them at the same time. Like, that's kind of a cool, different angle. And Doctor Strange, for me, feels like kind of a piece of shit in the trailer. Just not a good guy.
But here's the thing: what the trailer proved, that there is no evil Doctor Strange. We're not getting what we were initially thinking. I don't think we've got evil Doctor Strange going. I don't think we've got that issue happening. So I'm happy with that, because I didn't want to have, alternate Doctor Strange here.
No, there's already going to be enough characters to have two different versions of Doctor Strange. That's fine.
But Doctor Strange is a cocky son of a bitch, and he did the same thing to Tony. He was an asshole.
You're right.
In Endgame,
he was an asshole in all those things. It makes sense. It tracks. So when we're talking about character deaths, you're saying you think Ned dies.
Well, I'm trying to think. Somebody's going to die, right?
I don't think. Well,
I think somebody's going to die.
I think somebody's going to die.
Is it Marissa Tomei? Is it Aunt May?
No, it's not Aunt May. She's too young, hot.
Are they going to kill another girl? Are they going to kill Zendaya? So
I have a theory.
My daughter said if they kill her, she's walking out of the theater.
It's not Zendaya. There's no way they're killing MJ off.
I agree. I don't think one of the Peters are dying.
My theory is Happy gets it.
Happy could get it.
Happy could get it. Like, he doesn't really have he's done with the Tony Stark stuff. He's, that's kind of over. He's been a mainstay since the first Iron Man movie all the way through to now. That would be a really big, heavy death that would be very impactful, but wouldn't necessarily impact the Spider-Man movies as much moving forward. So it would be a very powerful death, but also not take out your major players in the Spider-Man franchise.
I get that. Carlos, why does he have the eye? The eye doesn't mean it only has the Infinity Stone. It could be something else. He could just be wearing the eye because of the eye. It's not like he didn't give Thanos the eye. He gave Thanos the Infinity Stone. He had the eye there. Jason, I agree with you again as well.
Bring the comments up. I can't see them.
Okay, I'm sorry. It could be Electro maybe different, because he could be different. We could have two different goblins. I agree. We can keep going off these different multiverse things.
Well, maybe
Goblin also could be the MCU's Goblin that Willem Dafoe went to go find and told him this. You know what I mean?
Maybe also, like, you're talking about, like, when Doctor Strange is there, he's saying, I can't stop them. They're coming through. I can't stop them all. Then suddenly, like, a whole bunch of different variations of shit start coming through. Not bad.
Well, thank you, Archangel. I mean, that's what we try to do. I mean, it's kind of what we like to just rip off each other, and I think it's fun.
Well,
Power of the beard. Carlos, I agree with you. That's why I don't think Happy's gonna die, because of Armor Wars and Riri. Because somebody's got to be there to kind of tie in the Stark thing. I don't think it's going to be all Rhodey, because Gwyneth's not coming back. But maybe you're right. Maybe that's Rhodey's arc then. Maybe Rhodey inherits.
Rhodey becomes kind of the new Happy in a way. It just looks like, see you later, Nocturne. It just looks like when Happy has that look on his face in the car, and that's the same area where that car is, where that big explosion and shit happens. It's like that look almost looks like a goodbye look, and it's like, I
mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't want Jon Favreau to die, but if he dies here, he spends more time with Star Wars, and I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, but it's not like he's spending a ton of time here. I mean, it's just a small acting gig that he's not doing much on. I don't know. I agree. I think I don't know. Archangel said he doesn't think anyone will get a death. The only reason I think that is because they dropped that line in the trailer that Peter can't save everyone, and I think that has to be proven. And for Tom Holland,
Yeah, but that could be for like that could just be innocent bystanders getting it. And he
it's
can't.
true. It's true. I agree. MCU's headed towards Secret Wars. I've been saying that.
It better
I think,
be.
for
Golly.
years. I think it's Secret
And that's
Wars.
how you get the Russos back. They even said they'd come back.
That's
to do
how you
that.
get the Russos back. That's how you get tons of people back. That's how you get Chris Evans, Captain America, come back. Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson could come back. She's working right now on a secret Marvel project. We don't know what. She's tying up with Kevin Feige.
She's saying
They're
it's
working
not
on it.
Black Widow related, but
Well, exactly. That doesn't mean so. It could be anything. It doesn't mean it's a Black Widow solo movie. It could be Black Widow still.
there was a shot in the trailer though that I loved, and it's not like a big action shot or anything like that. It's like it's this far away shot, and you see kind of these electrical towers, and it's like the sun is setting, and you just see Spider-Man swinging through the sky in a black silhouette. Fucking beautiful.
I wanted to play the old 60s
man.
theme, the Spider-Man, because that's how you were swinging in that cartoon like that.
God, but it was just like he went in the city. There was like mountains behind him with some trees and these big electrical towers.
No,
it was gorgeous,
it was
just
great.
gorgeous.
It was
I mean,
great.
this movie's just gonna, it's gonna be amazing.
Deadpool. There's been a lot of talk of what to do with Deadpool. I don't know what they're gonna do with Deadpool. We'll end up seeing. I don't know. Carlos almost done with Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Yeah, again, agree. Earth's Mightiest Heroes probably the best Marvel cartoon, hands down.
Better than
So
X-Men.
good.
Better than Spider-Man the animated series.
You know what? The reason why I think X-Men holds up so well is because of the introduction of the 90s X-Men and the Jim Lee style. The storyline in Earth's Mightiest Heroes and all the characters they bring in and everything they do, I
haven't watched it, so I don't have a strong opinion, but
I would. Joshua wants an adult Black Widow movie.
They're out there. You just gotta go look them up.
Yeah, just like we talked about the She-Hulk one last week.
It's available. They're out there.
China. It's yeah, Carlos agrees. All the villains they bring in, the secret invasion that they do so much. They Red Hulk. They do so much.
Speaking of secret invasion, I don't want anybody to be fucking Skrulls in the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. Don't want any of them. Well, Josh, I don't know. I don't think you're gonna get Scarlet in one of those flicks, unfortunately.
I did not see Kevin Feige.
I saw that. Yes,
Steinfeld
they were on a late night show or something, and somebody asked Haley Steinfeld about like, what do you think about doing a young? Is there a plan for like a Young Avengers movie? And she did this quick turnaround to Kevin Feige, who was sitting up behind her on the stool, and he just looked at her like. Like, shut the fuck up. Like,
I didn't see that.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Funny. It's gonna happen. We know Young Avengers is coming, so it is what it is. Young Avengers is coming. They've set it up. They've set up almost every character, and Hulkling can be set up in Secret Invasion because he's a Skrull. So I see no problem with that.
I saw something else too. There was we talked about that She-Hulk like teaser they played a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. And
Hulk is in there, but his arm, his right arm is not in a sling, not damaged, not at all.
Well,
so
it's probably sometime later.
But even at the end of Shang-Chi, it was still Banner in a sling. Like
yeah, but we don't know how quickly.
Right. I guess we're not sure how far away that is from everything else.
What if the Black Widow that died in Endgame was a Skrull? Would we be okay with that? No, I don't think. I don't think any of our main core Avengers, and I'm not saying because Nick Fury is part of that, because I think Nick Fury was a Skrull almost the whole time. I think Nick Fury's been a Skrull since Age of Ultron, but that's neither here or there. I think a lot of secondary characters are going to be.
Did Age of Ultron come before Winter Soldier?
No. Age of Ultron was after Winter Soldier.
Okay, as long as we don't take out Nick Fury and Winter Soldier, because he was a beast in that one. Are you sure? Because S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of took a shit and Winter Soldier, and they were pretty big in Age of Ultron. I'm trying to remember.
They weren't big in Age of Ultron. Shield was gone. He pulled out the helicarrier from mothballs because of the Agents of Shield show that tied in with Coulson.
You're
Coulson
right.
gave him the yeah. It was
No, when you're right, you're right. You know you're Marvel. I'm not gonna argue with you. Plus, if it was a Skrull Black Widow that died in Endgame, then where the fuck was she at the rest of the time?
well, probably
You know?
dying for the Soul Stone and everything. It just wouldn't have made sense. Like it wouldn't have fit. You know, her sacrifice wouldn't have fit. So, Shang-Chi having Hulk back as Banner. I mean, again, they're going to show us that more in the She-Hulk show. So we're going to see why he goes back to Banner. Because he goes back to Banner. We see him in that show back to Banner. I think
I'm excited for the She-Hulk show. I want to see where they take not only her character, but where they take Bruce's character as well.
yeah. So Joshua wants to know if I'm more excited for the Thunderbolts or Young Avengers.
Ooh, take one. If you could pick Thunderbolts movie, live action, or a Young Avengers movie, live action, which one would you get in line for first? Were they both playing at the same time?
Young Avengers.
I don't know. Red Hulk.
Yeah, but they've got Iron Lad, who's a young version of Kang. Kang the Conqueror would probably be the villain or Ultron, like an Ultron I want to see. Like Thunderbolts is fun, but
Zemo.
I'm going with Young
Zemo
Avengers.
back?
But it wouldn't be Zemo. Would it be if it is it Zemo?
It's Zemo. Zemo.
No, the third amigo. What happened to Sean? Sean's there. He doesn't have his camera on. He had to step away.
There's a thing that happens when we do these things live. Like constantly before we did them live, we had to step away from the show. We'd pause it, come back.
Yeah.
Now you just see it happen in real time.
Yeah, for sure. I do. I think Carlos, you're right. I think that's where we're going with. I think we're gonna get a Young Avengers movie because they've introduced them all in shows, and we're gonna get a Thunderbolts show.
Sean's putting on like a fucking light show. Come on, just put your camera on. What you doing?
Do we all wish the MCU would stick to the comics, or do we enjoy the twist? I enjoy the twist. I don't want to know. I don't want to know everything.
Well, I feel like the MCU is kind of its own thing now. It takes inspiration from certain story arcs and comics. Yeah. It interprets it its own way, and it's kind of built its own story at this point, and its own mythology that it has to play into.
And I like that because I've read so many of the comics. I don't want to just know what's going to happen.
Right.
Like I would like to see things like Johnny brought up, like a Wolverine versus Hulk fight. Yeah, I do pray we get to see that one day. Like that.
God, that would be so
raging
awesome.
Hulk beast like we saw in Age of Ultron, fighting a rage-filled Wolverine going berserker mode.
Could you imagine seeing fucking Mark Ruffalo in the fucking Canadian mountains in the woods and just hearing somebody fucking yell in the background and seeing him Hulk out, so, just knowing what's coming?
My question to you is what single fight would you like to see from Wolverine going forward in the MCU that you think you'll get? Because we may not ever get a Hulk and Wolverine, but what other fight would you rather see?
I mean, I think we'd see a good Wolverine Sabretooth fight. Or Wolverine Omega Red fight.
You don't think we would see a Wolverine versus Hulk fight? Like, why not? It's CG for Hulk.
I don't think so.
Easily done. They have the models. They just gotta plan it out and animate it.
I don't know. I don't see it coming. I think they're just having trouble with a Hulk. Well, I mean, he did do a good job in Ragnarok. I don't know, man.
Hulk did fucking awesome. Hulk's been awesome all the time until the last two Avengers movies, Endgame and Infinity War. He was kind of weenie in those.
Hulk. When they turned him into Professor Hulk, nobody liked him because they wanted to see Rage Monster.
Of course,
I mean, the Hulk versus Hulkbuster fight in Age of Ultron was fantastic. I mean,
it was really good.
In that, I mean,
that was a bad movie, but that was a good fight.
But I'm telling you,
Hulk in the first Avengers was great. Remember when he fucking went
him and
through
Thor
the fucking helicarrier and shit?
I completely agree. What if Annihilus appears in Quantumanium? I think they're saving Annihilus for the Fantastic Four down the road. Because they're gonna have to go. Annihilus, Fantastic Four needs a few other villains other than Doctor Doom, and I think Annihilus is going to be one of them because I don't think they go Galactus right away. I think Galactus becomes everyone's villain.
Sean, you know it would be an awesome Wolverine moment to see on screen from the comics when fucking when Magneto sucks all the fucking adamantium out of his body. Remember that fucking shot from the comics where he's just screaming and all that shit's coming out of his pores?
Not even that. Just to see Magneto, just period.
I mean, I like Fassbender, but he was never like, they never gave him that time to shine. I mean, they did in First Class, but I feel like after that, it was kind of over. Like in First Class, when he stopped all those fucking missiles on the beach in Cuba, that shit was tough.
That shit was tough.
But after that,
meh.
So we disappointed that Secret Invasion isn't a big MCU event. It might still be.
I think it is, especially with the way that Marvel shows are going.
I think I don't think the Secret Invasion is the show and then it's over. I think the show is the setup for bigger things. Because you can't have the Skrulls without the Fantastic Four. So I think that's a big thing here. Ryan wants to know if we're
well, that's not totally true,
Skrull.
though.
Well, I mean, the Skrulls appeared in the second issue of Fantastic Four.
Sure, but we've had Skrulls and we haven't had Fantastic Four yet.
Well, that's
so
what I'm saying. You can't end the Skrull saga without having the Fantastic Four being a part of it. That's how
I'm a little worried about how they're going to bring the Fantastic Four into it. I kind of hope they go back and do like a period piece and then do like a time thing at the end and bring them forward to the current day, almost like a Brady Bunch kind of thing. Because I don't know how they're going to bring them in now and make it make sense.
I mean,
they could have been like,
because if you think about Wanda,
they've been in space.
Yeah, they were in space, and she already said that there were astronauts already in space anyway.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like if they were to do something where like in the 50s or the 60s, maybe the 60s,
But you don't have to do that though, because you're just establishing new characters in this universe.
But they wouldn't call themselves the Fantastic Four in today's day and age.
Why not?
It's a silly name.
Come on. I mean,
we saw that Josh Trank movie.
They wouldn't call themselves the Fantastic Four. Like the
media would call them the Fantastic Four. Well, they wouldn't call themselves the Fantastic Four, but they would probably have 4 logos. They got to have 4 logos.
I agree.
They are the Fantastic Four, so they're gonna have to see. They're gonna have to lead that. They're gonna have to, because the Baxter Building has a big fucking FF on the front of it, doesn't it? So clearly they got to be called the Fantastic.
Or they have the big 4 on that.
It's a big 4, and they all have 4s on their fucking suits.
Yeah, so clearly they're known as the Fantastic Four. They're gonna call us the Fantastic Four. I mean, God, it is kind of asshole-ish to call yourself fantastic, but hey, I guess.
I know the Skrulls were in the Captain Marvel movie. I get that, but I'm saying Secret Invasion is not going to be the end of the Skrull saga. It's going to be the end of the Secret Invasion without bringing the Fantastic Four in.
Fantastic Four has one job to do. I don't give a fuck how they get their names or how they get the little 4s in their blue suits or any of that. They have one job to do, and that is to introduce us to one of the greatest Marvel villains of all time in Doctor Doom, and he needs to be badass.
Well, that introduces us to the Silver Surfer as well.
Not in the first movie. Not yet.
Yeah. Those are you wait for him. But you gotta do a badass goddamn Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom needs to be legit. Not Toby Kebbell, Josh Trank nonsense. Not the guy from Nip Tuck. None of that shit, even though he had a comic accurate suit.
I was going to say, he looked good. I mean, I think
he had a comic accurate suit, but his character arc was nonsense.
Yeah.
This has to be Thanos level villain.
Do we think Kang is the big bad for this phase? I don't know.
Of course, I think so.
I don't know if he's the big bad.
I think so. I mean, a little. The setup is there. Why would he not be the big bad for this? The setup's there.
I know the setup's there. I don't know.
You already got. We got one Kang variant. We're gonna get more Kang variants. Kang is the big bad for going forward, I think, because again we're dealing with time and multiverses.
But I guess the thing is it's not taking 20 movies to lead up to Kang. But the thing is, I don't think we're getting 20 movies to lead up to Kang. Like Thanos was the big bad,
We're not
right?
gonna-
The fate.
I don't think we're gonna get those levels of movies anymore because we already have an established world. So so for us to get that sense of but remember, we also got to remember too, Avengers. The
Sean,
first
you drinking a White Claw there? That's
true.
Even if he was, it wouldn't make you drunk. Come on.
Yeah, I don't drink anyway.
Doom
So-
was badass in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I agree.
So you have to think that the first Avenger movies was about Loki, but Thanos was in the background. I think going forward, because remember, Age of Ultron was just Age of Ultron. It wasn't anybody, no Celestial, no time, anything. It was just Age of Ultron. I think that we may get different variants of Kang going forward, but I think overall, when we get our next Avengers huge movie, it probably will be Kang, and maybe we might not even get like Avengers this and that. We may just get an Avengers movie and that's it, and then move forward with the X-Men universe. Stop all this Avengers shit. You can still do it, but we got to move forward with the X-Men universe now. So you could actually stop all the Avengers movies. You could stop trying to do Avengers movies and just start doing X-Men movies.
Then you have the culmination of the Avengers versus the X-Men like they did in the comics.
You don't even have to really do Avengers movies anymore at this point. Once you introduce the X-Men, it's smooth sailing after that because you can do whatever the fuck you can do shit now. Avengers is still there, but we're dealing with X-Men now. Like, motherfuckers is gonna care more about X-Men than fucking Avengers. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, unless you bring in back like certain players, but I mean the Riris and all that kind of shit is gonna be great. It's gonna be fun, but I think the next biggest Marvel movie has to be X-Men. Lil, what do you think?
It's tough because they've lost Captain America in Chris Evans and they lost Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, I think X-Men will be their next big thing, but I think the Avengers are still going to play a huge part.
So my question to you here, because if we're really going there, and if you think about if you bring in X-Men, man, you got some heavy hitter villains that you have to introduce and you have to bring to the forefront to really make X-Men an Avengers level Infinity War kind of shit. Like, you gotta bring in the whole. If you're gonna go X-Men, if you want to repeat that Infinity War shit.
Well, they gotta. But see, with they gotta do the Shi'ar.
You gotta go X-Men.
They gotta go. Yeah. They gotta go space with the X-Men. I think that's the only way to do it. I think if they ground them to Earth the whole time, and it's a Magneto thing here. They need to go and have the proper Phoenix saga.
Oh, I'm okay if we wait for a long time before we get into the Phoenix
Magneto
saga.
is more this compared to Apocalypse level, like because
Apocalypse.
What's the biggest bad? What's the biggest bad in the X-Men universe? I would have to say
it depends on which angle you're going for. Like sheer strength, Apocalypse. But you get into that nightmare kind of shit. You go
straight villainy, like straight. Who's
Mr. Sinister's really good too.
Who's the biggest?
Mr. Sinister, one of my favorites.
Mr. Sinister is really good.
But if you think about it, who does the X-Men have the biggest fucking problem with?
Apocalypse. I get it.
So Apocalypse is the Thanos of the X-Men universe, right?
Yeah, but it's gonna feel redundant, right? It felt redundant.
But we can't think about that Fox shit. We can't.
That's why I think I would rather have it galactic with the Shi'ar and all these other characters brought on there.
I don't think
Joshua brings up a good point. Onslaught.
Yeah, but you're dealing with like you're dealing with a whole different level of shit. If you go on Onslaught, that kind of comic, you're going a little bit different. I don't think we're ready for that. They need to keep. For me, this is how I feel. I think it needs to be more of the basic shit, and then you can go maybe Onslaught shit maybe later on. but you got to really hit us with the big bad.
Well, they're going to ground it first.
We have not been introduced to the X-Men at all in the MCU at all.
But they're going to ground it first. They're not going to take on galactic, enemies first off. They're not going to go Apocalypse first. They're going to go Omega Red, Mr. Sinister, Onslaught.
Magneto.
They're going to go those guys first.
Right.
I think
to establish the ground level.
I think it's going to be Sinister.
You think the first big bad is going to be Sinister or Magneto? Sinister. I think it'll be Magneto, right?
I think it would be great to have him take a different angle with Magneto and have Magneto kind of be with them and then turn later on.
They already did that.
But my issue here is, look, you can't. This doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
I know it's gone, but the thing
Marvel wants you to wash that shit away because this is why they're doing this. It's got to go. Like, you can't go back and just think about, oh well, we already had
hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions of dollars is hard to just wash away just because they say so.
And because how many people have seen those movies? Tons. You know what I mean? So it's like
for a lot of people, that's the only X-Men they know.
That's the only X-Men they know. But
they've taken multiple angles with Magneto in these movies.
That's the only X-Men they know, but they haven't seen what the wheelhouse has done. Like they have not seen what the House of
I agree. I do think we'll get it.
I can't wait to see what they got up their sleeves with the House of Mouse because they're gonna do it justice. We're actually gonna get fucking suits. We're gonna get some fucking costumes going on.
Of course,
I can't wait for that.
Really That's why it's taken so long to bring the X-Men into this universe because it has to be thought out.
There's like fucking 150 motherfuckers sitting over there at Disney headquarters. This is their only thing they're thinking about.
Yeah, it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect for them to do this.
And that's why I think the initial introduction, that first movie, is not Magneto. It's Sinister. You have a different villain coming in who is doing something different for these X-Men. It's not a global threat. It's not a political threat. It's just a basic introduction movie with Mr. Sinister. And then you can start because Magneto can be off in the distance, and then he can come in, and then you can then reestablish that.
But you can't because remember
that's just like saying the Fantastic Four has to start with Doom.
They do have to start with Doom.
I don't think they do.
What else are they going to start with?
What else are they going to start with?
Mole Man.
Mole Man? Get the fuck out of here. Nobody wants to see a Mole Man.
The Underminer appeared up in the Incredibles movie. He's the Mole Man.
For the last 10 seconds. Listen, Mole Man's going to be like the fucking interstitial of the movie. That's going to be some shit they deal with on the way to get lunch. Fucking handle Mole Man.
Yeah, I sit with you on Comic Book Corner every Wednesday. Do you hear the shit you talking about out your mouth right now?
I am.
Man, are you kidding me?
I'm joking with the Mole Man, but I'm telling you, I think.
Who else? Who's the other Fantastic Four villain?
I think the thing is he will go Galactus. I think they want to go with and also the Skrulls was a big thing. A way to introduce the Inhumans. There's characters that they bring in. I just think that Feige has already seen two versions of Magneto. I don't think he's going to do a third one right away.
It does not matter.
Two versions of Doom.
It don't matter.
Doesn't get it. I know you say it doesn't matter.
It don't. It doesn't matter. Even tell you why it don't matter? Because he knows he's going to do it better. That's why. That's why. Because he knows that he's going to come out with a more powerhouse fucking team of X-Men and Magneto. That's why he don't care. Like, he's like, listen, I already got this. I already got the playbook already. I know what I'm doing.
I'm looking at a list. Right.
He said Puppet Master because Puppet Master hooks up with the
I'm looking at a list of Fantastic Four villains, the top 20, and like a lot of them have already been done, like Claw, Ronan the Accuser, Ego the Living Planet, the Skrulls. I don't know who the fuck Dragon Man is, or Impossible Man, or the Mad Thinker, Diablo, Psycho Man, Blastar, Molecule Man, Kang, Puppet Master's in there.
Right, Kang's.
Kevin does know he'll do it better. So he already knows he has his playbook. That's why it's taking so fucking long for us to give us an X-Men, because he's like, listen, we got the Fox deal. We're going to let this shit sit for a minute. And then I'm going to pull it out my ass.
Well, they had the Fox deal. They had the Fox deal before the Thanos storyline was even wrapped up.
Mic drop. I'm telling you, man. Feige, like, listen, mic drop. I got this shit. Listen, you can't introduce Charles Xavier without fucking Magneto. You know you can't do that.
Johnny, I agree. Gambit's one of my favorite X-Men of all time. So yes, give me somebody that's not Taylor Kitsch, and I'll be okay with it.
Thank you, Carlos.
I get what you're all saying. It's probably what's going to happen, but I can still see it go differently. James says Submariner. Submariner makes sense. Submariner, man, he's always trying to steal Sue Storm. He kidnaps her ass and takes her to Atlantis.
It's Namor, right? But he's going to be in fucking Black Panther too, right?
We think. We don't know.
If they don't cast Luke Evans as goddamn Namor, they're crazy.
No, that's not.
Well, they're not.
Luke Evans ship his sail, bro.
I was going to say.
I don't know. I
He's
think
too
you could
old.
have an Evans renaissance.
No, they got things.
Talking about Black Panther or Storm in Black Panther 2, which I think would make sense. Would be a good thing to do.
Oh, so hey,
Archangel brought that up. I think Simbros brought that up.
We're back on.
They're not going to
Black
waste.
Panther 2.
They're not going to waste Storm on fucking Black Panther. They're not going to do that. That's a waste.
But here's the thing.
Shit.
So they've completely halted production on Black Panther 2, apparently due to a Letitia Wright injury. But is that the reason, or is that the reason they're giving?
That's what we talked about this like an hour ago. Steve.
Well, we touched on it, but we didn't like delve into it. We're in news now, so it's different. So do you think that they're going to completely go back to the drawing board and rewrite this script, or was there problems
rewriting the script?
seeing the dailies and?
I don't think it's because of that. I do think it's because of her injury, and there's also some COVID issues that are also going on because she's not vaccinated for her leaving the country.
That makes me scared. That means she's going to be the new Black Panther, and I don't like it.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think it's a full rewrite, but I from the rumors I hear, the reason why the comic book of the first appearance of Man-Ape has gone up through the roof is because the rumors are she does take on the mantle initially, but then passes the mantle of the Black Panther. She's going to rule because it's in her bloodline, but the Black Panther is M'Baku. That's who he's going to take on the role. Yes, he's too big and everything, but I mean, who knows?
Time will tell.
It's going to sound like a nightmare. This Black Panther 2 is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is not going to live up to Black Panther 1.
Jason thinks that they realize that she can't carry a movie, and maybe that's the case. Maybe that's why they need to have M'Baku there, in a bigger cast. I don't know.
It definitely is. It's not going to be the same, and
that is true. That is true in the comics, Archangel. The Johnny Storm shaves Namor's beard, and then he remembers he's Namor. It's this weird beard, and then he fire shaves him, and he's like, "Oh, now I want to destroy everyone."
I feel like it's not. I feel like
that's what happened in the comics.
That's crazy. That better not happen in the movies. That's ridiculous.
I feel like Black Panther is not going to be the same just because
it's not going to be the same.
Of the change of the script, the change of this, all these changes and all this stuff is going on. It's just not going to live up to what it should be because they don't want to recast Black Panther. And it's just not going to live up to it because they're trying to do everything possible to not have a Black Panther or to give it to somebody who the audience really probably is not privy to because of that. And I think it's going to fall short.
I don't think it's because they don't want to have a Black Panther. I think they're trying to do their best to preserve what Chadwick Boseman did because he was a great actor and fucking nailed the part. But at a certain point, like, when does a character become bigger than an actor in a cinematic universe? At a certain point, we're going to get another Captain America. We are going to get another Iron Man. It's going to happen.
we have Sam Wilson as Captain
America. Wilson's Captain
That's
America.
what I'm saying. But so the character is going to be moved on.
And the character has moved on in the comics, and Shuri does take that mantle. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
but she got that
all these
mantle
things that
50 years into her character doing some shit, and Shuri's done about 8 minutes of screen time where she didn't really make a
I
difference.
get it,
so.
but they were forced into it. So what are they gonna do? Just multiverse swap? Just
Yeah.
Multiverse swap it.
I don't.
Done. Answers all the questions right there. You can do it. You clearly can do it. It can get done.
Then what happens in that universe where that Black Panther is left?
I don't know. It just watching movies now, it's just so possible to just swap characters out just because they do pass away. It's not. I understand it's a part of life, but like it's a franchise. It's not, to be honest, Black Panther's not even a fucking franchise. It's not even. It's only one movie in. Like, I get it. We've seen Black Panther in other movies, but I mean, really, like, we can replace it. Like, it can be replaced. It can be done. Like, I don't understand. It makes no sense to me. We're one movie in on Black Panther. It's not like we're 3 movies in. It's not like we're fucking Iron Man's in already. You know what I mean?
I get it.
You know?
Yeah, but Don Cheadling it in. Don Cheadle, Rhodey was a backup to Robert Downey Jr. That was an easy swap. They haven't swapped the lead in the middle of a story yet.
Yeah, this is an easy swap too. They're making it difficult on themselves to do it. They're trying to be, I guess, maybe too politically correct, and they don't want to change it, but at the same time, it can be done. You know what's funny? It would be done a little, and no one would fucking bat an eye. That's the crazy part.
Carlos, good call. Ed Norton. All right, I'll give you that, Ed Norton. But that Hulk movie,
yeah,
it
wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't.
But did anybody really like it?
No.
I mean, I've watched it multiple times.
I'll be right back. Give me a second, fellas.
I'll watch it too.
I didn't care about the Abomination in that movie, and Tim Roth.
It's the same Abomination that we got now.
I know, but like in that movie, I didn't care.
Do you care if it's going to be going forward?
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, like, it depends on like what they do with them.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't care about that Abomination either. I would actually like to see the comic book accurate version of Abomination.
Yeah. We've got 50 Batman actors to rip the Band-Aid. Jason, maybe they will. Maybe they are going to that drawing board, or maybe they're going to give it to an unknown, give the mantle of the Black Panther.
I think at the end of the day, I think
it might not be a T'Challa. It might be another person.
Although I think at the end of the day, if this keeps getting pushed back to where it's too much, they're going to have to. They're going to be forced to. They're going to be forced to because, either Letitia Wright either comes back to the movie or she doesn't come back to the movie. Because I feel like at this point, she's probably like, I'm done. She might say, I'm done, and then that's it. Now you just recast the whole fucking thing. Just redo it all over again. I mean, it is what it is. But I can see Letitia Wright being like, nah, I'm done. I don't want to. I got injured. I'm not coming back. I'm suing Disney. Give me all your money and call it a day. She could do all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't think she can sue Disney for getting injured on a movie set, but I'm just saying.
Arcane, you're talking about Secret Wars 2, the newer Secret Wars, because I didn't read that. Yeah, I read the old '80s Secret Wars. I'm an old man.
Abomination is named my OnlyFans. Gross.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
you want to talk about Sabine Wren being cast?
We can talk about Sabine being cast. Since
I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy finally. What's weird in the cartoon? You don't really know where her ethnicity is. Like, she looks Black, but she doesn't look Black. But she looks kind of Asian. She looks. I don't know what she is. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, in the Star Wars universe, I don't think there is like that. I mean, there are some characters.
There is.
Finn and but there is also ambiguity. You know what I mean?
Yes. It's a weird thing though. It's like, oh, what is she? I don't know. But okay.
Steve is late and wrong to Rebels.
I had to pee.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who's late and wrong
thing.
I had to pee. You guys talking about the Rebels casting?
Yes.
I don't know anything about it, but I mean, I know Sabine was cast, but
That's
Yeah,
what we were talking about.
They can't. I've never seen this girl act in anything I think she's been in, but I mean, I'm happy that it has been cast, and I can't wait to see Sabine live action.
I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen some side by side
I
shots
can't wait
of
to see
her
Ezra.
face
Though.
and Sabine's face from Rebels, and I mean, she looks the part, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I like that they're going to continue that story. That's where I'm happy with it.
I agree. A little. It's
So.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Brian, thanks for joining us.
It's gonna be fun for them to hunt down Ezra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that means we're going to get a live action Thrawn.
Thrawn.
Oh God.
Who do you want cash on? Thrawn. Cast him right now.
I don't even care, man, to be honest. It doesn't even matter to me. As long as he's sinister. Like, I don't know. I mean, it would be nice for it to be Doctor Strange, but
Thanks, Archangel. Have a good night, man.
thanks, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. She was in Guns Akimbo. I do remember Guns Akimbo. She was in that. I forgot. Crouch Tiger 2. I don't remember that.
I didn't even see Crouching Tiger 1.
Oh shit.
What?
I don't want to see people running around on trees. I'm all right with that.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. We talked about Hayden Christensen being back last week. It's just nice to see the Star Wars universe going forward. You know what I didn't like this fucking week is that they signed Kathleen Kennedy to another 3-year goddamn deal, and it's up.
Oof.
I do not like it, but I get it.
You get it?
I guess.
She's technically the producer on all these other Star Wars shows that we love.
They're still making money. She's just overseeing stuff.
Late and wrong on Crouching Tiger. 20 years late. Okay. I'll take it. I own the VHS. I can put that one on.
Well, some other casting news that came out this week that I think Steve had a really good idea on, and that's Delroy Lindo joining in Blade.
Clearly, he's Whistler. That's obvious.
That's my thought. I know a little. You chimed in and said the devil. I don't think Marvel's going devil just yet.
Right.
I think.
But could he be Mephisto?
Oh God! Please,
well,
no.
nobody's talking about Mephisto.
No,
Golly,
no one
what the
gives a
fuck
fuck
is
about
Mephisto?
I'm just saying, when you get the devil, that's where you go.
No, I think.
But no, I
Whistler-
agree.
I think he'd be a perfect Whistler.
I was just trying to think of somebody else. Who else could he play where he comes in with that badass voice and that badass attitude?
Nobody.
God, talk about a
you're
renaissance.
right, it's Whistler.
We're in a fucking Delroy Lindo renaissance.
Yeah.
That man's
We are,
just
man. He's
killing
doing
it in everything he's in right now, right? I still remember Delroy Lindo fucking hamming it up and gone in 60 seconds. He was amazing.
He was amazing in that, wasn't he? Sean, Lower Decks, where does it fall in the continuity of Star Trek? Shit. I don't know, but it's high up on my level of fucking Star Trek shows. Lower Decks is one of the best shit I've ever seen. I love Lower Decks. It is the best. I've asked some people to watch it, but that ain't going nowhere.
Your list of need to watch just gets bigger and bigger. It's hard to.
I know, man.
I have a long list.
Watch 9 episodes of Arcane and then watch 15 movies and then it's just tough.
You didn't watch them all? Why not? I don't work from home yet, Sean. So
I do, but I'm on meetings all day. Oh,
she
Jason
can
still talking about
oversee these nuts.
Kathleen Kennedy.
I agree.
Lower Decks is so good.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Do you need to have like a vested interest in Star Trek before watching it, or is it just funny?
No, because you just know you don't.
I mean,
know.
I have a passing knowledge. Of
Yeah.
Star Trek,
And also, you need the passing knowledge. You don't need the whole knowledge of everything. It is what it is. Like you'll figure it out. I don't know everything about fucking Star Trek. I'm not a fucking Star Trek buff.
Right.
I know enough to get me by.
You've watched all the seasons and episodes of Discovery.
Roger wants to know if he wants Luke Cage and Punisher to come back.
I just don't know how that. I mean, I liked, the version of Punisher on Netflix. I would love for him to be in the movies. I guess I just don't know where he's gonna fit. Like, unless you're gonna give him his own movie, like, where's he gonna fit in another ensemble movie? Like, you can't have like fucking, like, could you imagine like Iron Man and Captain America fighting the Chitauri, and then all of a sudden fucking Shane from Walking Dead shows up and starts mowing people down with machine guns? Like Like, how would that work? That would just be so out of place.
Unless he's part of the Thunderbolts.
Oh, that would be kind of cool with a red skull. That'd be pretty good.
I mean, I think that's an easy way to bring him in. So
remember when Punisher got that War Machine armor, painted that fucking skull on the mask? That'd be nice too. Wouldn't mind seeing that. Could you imagine, Sean? Whew.
Armor Wars.
Oh, he fucking shows up. Oh my god, he's in fucking Armor Wars. Imagine. Punisher War Machine. Whew.
Punisher could be a Blade or street level with Moon Knight. Maybe.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna go street level heroes with Blade. I'm pretty sure Daredevil might get a little bit cameo.
I don't know if they are. They're getting Black Knight in with Ebony Blade.
I still haven't seen Eternals, so
Have you even seen Eternals yet either?
I'm not gonna pay for that. And it's still only bootleg.
I didn't see it. I didn't have time.
You seen Eternals yet either?
Talk about the Marvel boy not watching all the Marvel movies in the theater. He's not giving his money to Chloe Zhao.
Dang.
Man, I've listened to so many reviews on that,
I
don't even want to see it
at
this point.
Oh no, it's god awful. It's god awful.
James says that just don't bring an Iron Fist. I think if they do bring an Iron Fist, Marvel in the comics
Bring in the new one that they just did.
A new one that they're going to be having. So
so you can recast Iron Fist, but you can't recast fucking Black Panther.
It's not a recast. It's a whole new character. Hawkeye's kicking off the street level stuff. I mean, what? Yes and no.
Yeah, but he's an Avenger though, so I don't really.
I mean, I'm okay with street level stuff going alongside the cosmic world-ending stuff. I mean, street level battles are fucking personal and powerful too. You know,
Captain America or Falcon Winter Soldier was more street level than Avengers.
I agree, though. I agree.
You know, they were fighting a terrorist organization and stuff. Yeah, I mean, they even made the joke. You know, it's wizards, androids, and aliens, and they didn't face any of them. So, I think that was where the start was. Is that, and they'll continue off that.
Well, you have to have stories in between these gigantic universe and world-ending events.
Yeah,
that tell their own stories. Everything can't be like we have to save the world.
Jason, I get it was global, but that doesn't mean it's not street level. Just because they went to
the world wasn't going
streets
to
in a different. They went into the streets into other
half
countries.
The population of the world was not at stake. Galactus wasn't about to eat the planet.
It's not all a Hell's Kitchen. It doesn't always have to just be tied in.
A giant wasn't popping out of the earth like in Eternals.
Yeah. Celestials and Deviants.
Deviants. So stupid.
Garbage.
Deviants.
It's so garbage. What the worst? You talking about the worst MCU villain? Yo, the Deviants are the worst MCU villain I've ever seen.
They look like the fucking the guys that Hellboy fought in the first movie.
Oh my god,
those demon dogs.
Yeah.
So garbage. I've never seen and you know the fucked up part is they really had no motive, and then their motive was just kind of shit on during the end of it didn't even matter anymore. It was so garbage.
Yeah. We're actually androids. Oh boy.
Yeah, but a lot of super soldiers is a threat, but they didn't have a lot of super soldiers. They only had they weren't really super soldiers.
They did have a lot of super soldiers at the end,
and then
they killed them.
Yeah.
Without them waking up.
No, I did not watch Tick Tick Boom. My daughter wants to watch it on Netflix. Steve, it's a musical. Lin-Manuel Miranda directs it, but Andrew Garfield is the lead and sings it. I'll be watching it because Mia wants to watch it. So
nope.
So I'll definitely take that. So.
God, you know what else I'm not gonna fucking watch? I saw a trailer for it today when I was watching Ghostbusters 2, West Side Story. Not going there again.
I knew when I saw that, I was like, well, Steve is not watching this, clearly.
Guess what's not coming to Geekflix anytime soon?
I like West Side Story. I'm gonna watch it.
I was gonna say I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to make your own intro. I'll have no part of it.
That's fine. I'll make the intro. At least I'll make it timely.
Ooh, this motherfucker's done jokes. Look at Sean. Sean, where's your popcorn bag? It's
I
about to get real.
just want a Homer Simpson out of this.
We gotta have like a popcorn bucket sitting off to the side, so whenever two of us start talking shit, we can pull it up.
That's too funny. All right. Anything else before we end this stream and then go into our Ghostbusters stream?
I'm just trying to look through the news. You know what? Earthworm Jim is getting a TV series.
Yeah, look, we talked about
That might be kinda
Comic- we
game
talked about the
comics
video
this
game
week.
comics. I know.
Yeah. So
Earthworm Jim. Do we need it? Do we need a series?
no.
Why not? I mean, we don't need
I
a
like
series, but
Earthworm
why
Jim,
not?
though. I like his character design. I always loved his character design.
For
Yeah,
sure.
it's cool. I mean, it's fine. I can think of a lot of other video games I'd rather have series for first. Like, I want a Metroid series. Give me a Metroid anime.
I want a
series.
Metroid fucking movie or a TV show or something.
Charlize Theron.
We have to fight fucking
Metroid.
Mother Brain. Oh
Oh.
my god.
Just Samus Aran, period, just going against aliens with a fucking cannon, a pulse plasma cannon. Like, it's fucking awesome. Like,
In an
How is this not being
amazing
made yet?
suit. In an
Yeah.
amazing suit.
A teaser trailer did drop this week for the Halo TV show that's coming out.
I saw.
I don't care about Halo.
Yeah.
We're not watching it, I guess. All right, cool,
Well, I'll
cool,
watch it.
cool.
I mean, Sean, of course, is gonna watch it.
Of course, I watch
My
everything.
son is obsessed with Halo, so I'm gonna watch it.
Are you?
Well,
now?
Well, it's on Showtime, so I might not. I don't
Yeah.
have
Oh, you
Showtime.
know what? I might not watch it either. Then.
I'll watch it by
Is
the
it on
memes.
Showtime?
It's on
Yeah.
Showtime.
Oh God. Like, who's gonna watch
Oh,
fucking
man.
Showtime? Do people still pay for Showtime?
Oh shit.
No, the internet's real.
Like, what is it?
Oh shit. This guy. Oh, Joshua, it's fighting words in this
Whoa,
group.
whoa! Xbox sucks. All right, buddy.
You might just be booted out of this feed. Bro.
Good night, Josh. Thanks for joining us. Oh yeah, Roger. Whoa, you
Yeah,
don't have to
that's
leave
why.
yet. We're
That's
gonna
why
end
we're.
the
That's why
show.
we're. Roger.
We're gonna
That's why
start a
we're
new
gonna
one.
cut it. That's why we're gonna do a full ending. We're gonna actually start a whole new stream to do Ghostbusters because we don't want to spoil it for anyone. Because
Yeah, if you
I
want to hear what we
definitely think-
think, move on to the next one.
I'll give you the little tease. I think it's worth the watch.
Sean,
So,
also, the Ozark season 4 trailer dropped too. Do you see that?
Steve, I'm ready. I can't
Oh
wait.
my god, I can't fucking wait.
I can't
We
wait.
want to talk about late and wrong a little.
I
Ozark.
know I'm late and wrong,
Lord.
and I love Jason Bateman too.
I
What's
know.
wrong
I don't
with you?
understand. You love Jason Bateman. We've had this conversation before.
It's Jason Bateman at his most Jason Bateman, but he has that same deadpan dry humor shit going on, but it's set in like a very seedy, fucked up world.
and
it
I
is
like Jason
amazing.
Bateman. I like Jason Bateman, but what's her name? Steve.
Oh, his wife,
Laura Linney. Laura Linney
Laura
is
Linney.
fucking amazing.
Talk about a fucking gangster. You wouldn't
Yo.
think when you think gangster, you don't think Laura Linney till you see Ozark.
Yeah,
That lady has her shit together.
he don't.
Well,
give no
Not
fucks.
together, but she will fucking murder you and
It's
she'll go to sleep right
2-part
afterwards.
season with 7 episodes each.
Holy shit, 14 episodes.
Of what?
Ozark season 4.
Ah,
7 episodes, takes a break, jumps back in with 7 more. God damn, I can't wait for that shit.
They better not end this shit like Sopranos though. I'm gonna be fucking pissed they end it like Sopranos.
What if they fucking wind up in a fucking restaurant? Journey
Yeah, it
starts
just
playing.
turns dark.
Sean's like,
I
I
never watched
fucking,
Sopranos,
I'm
but
done.
I just know how it ended. So.
I watch Sopranos. I don't even know why I watch it. That's
late and
why.
wrong. So, all right. I think we're good. I think that's it. There's nothing else big to talk about. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for all the comments, all the conversation. We
Yeah.
appreciate everyone who joined us tonight.
Subscribe.
Yes, I don't say it enough. Like, subscribe, comment if you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook. Even if you're listening to this on the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, like the podcast, comment on the podcast. Always comment, interact. It's what we try to do the most. We don't post a lot during the week because we know you guys are getting your news other ways. Like,
We're not first on the news. We're
Yeah.
not going to be first on the news. We're not getting those scoops.
We are your last line of defense.
there you go. I agree. James, we will see you for Ghostbusters as well. So we're gonna start the Ghostbusters feed in about 5 minutes. So thank you all again. This is a Lil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steve. And until next week, everybody, keep it geeky. Did you
We should all-
bow?
we should-